Hey YouTube, welcome back to the Slice of Knife. My name is Alex, and today we are going to take a look at another brand we've had on the show before. And now that we've gotten, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 episodes out there, something like that. Maybe 15's a stretch, but whatever. We have a few. Um, we're now showing another of one of my personally really, I don't know if I call it a favorite, sure, a personal favorite brand, Kizer knives. Kizer has a lot of great knives. We did the Kizer variable on here, and I'm sure there'll be more Kizer knives in the future. Today, one of the knives that we are going to look at is a knife that I'm very excited for. The knife by Paul Munko. Anybody guess what it is? Paul Munko. Anybody? Anybody? Put it in the comments below. Oh, this isn't live. I wouldn't see it. The Kizer Mini Mystic. So I have, just to make this genuine, I have unboxed these before. I like to rebox them and show them on camera. But that thing was hard to get open just the way that the box is configured. But I do typically look at them. I didn't really handle it very much. I do try to make it a surprise so I can make it as genuine as I can when I get into actually showing you the knife. I like to make it a genuine review, first take. Maybe not a review, maybe more of a first take on it. And really let you know how I feel just on the first look. So it was hard for me not to touch this one. I really think I'm going to like this knife. I really, it's hard to get knives. I shouldn't say it's hard to get knives. It's easy to get knives. It's expensive to get knives in the YouTube world. I don't make any money from this channel, at least not currently. Maybe someday, maybe not. But I do enjoy knives, and I have to order these things. A lot of times I try to get them secondhand, and then a lot of times I resell them. Problem is, when you like knives, like we in the knife community do, it's hard to sell knives if you really like them. Now, if I get one that I review and I go, this thing isn't really that great, it's not that bad. But like some knives, I have full intention of getting rid of the knife, and it's hard to. For instance, did a Hogue Deca on here. Well, this is actually the opposite. Hogue Deca was not that bad. I didn't love it. And for how much money it was for me, uh, over $100, wasn't worth me keeping. So I got rid of that, and then this is kind of the replacement for that. I try to be smart with my finances for this channel. This is definitely a hobby, so I try to be careful. And I'd love to review more, but obviously it takes money to do that. So for right now, I review it with my own money. I try to resell it, so I recoup most of the cost on an eBay, or I'm actually looking at Blade Binge. I'm going to start maybe looking into Blade Binge, maybe buying and selling from there more than eBay. But eBay has done well. I haven't got any clones or anything bad, so I haven't had a problem with eBay, so it's been good. But in any case, without further ado, here we go with the Kizer Mini Mystic. So comes with desiccant gel, in case anybody wants to know about that. We don't care about that. Comes with some pretty much hardware screws, almost. Let's see, there's like 8 in there, 6, 8. That's probably like a full knife worth of screws with all the things. And then, of course, a microfiber cloth for microfibering and action sharing. Oh, no, what does this say here? I haven't seen this one before. Action for sharing. And it looks like we got one of the little Kizer bears sitting in front of like cupcakes, and I see a knife in one, and whatever. That's cool. Anyways, let's get rid of all the garbage, and let's focus on the star of the show, which is the Kizer Mini Mystic. Let's take a look at it. You know what I like about this? The design of this right here. So this is the Kizer Mini Mystic. This is in the burlap micarta 154 cm steel. What I love about this knife is the way it looks. Is it kind of gives me a little bit of that buck knife, classic knife feel. It's got kind of this brown micarta, the burlap micarta, which is pretty smooth. Has a slight bit of texture to it, not very much, not completely smooth, but pretty close. And then it has this aluminum bolster in that brass color. I don't know, it just gives me that buck 110, just that classic old knife feel. So 154 cm steel. We've got reversible pocket clip, not four-way carry, but a tip-up carry. So tip-up, reversible pocket clip, deep carry, nearly close to fully concealed. You have a little bit on the top there, but pretty darn close. Thumb stud open, clutch lock. And without further ado, blade time. Boom. Harpoon blade. So I love that harpoon blade. It looks really cool. There's not really much you could say I'm not going, oh, I need that harpoon blade. Not that there aren't uses for a harpoon blade, there certainly are, but for everyday carry, I don't necessarily need it. But darn it if it doesn't look cool. Let's get it. Let's just get a nice clean, get my hand out of the way there. So there it is. Very nice looking knife. Let's get it a little close up here. We'll do a little flyby here. Very cool. Flipped flyby there. What do we got here? We got little Kizer. Oh, Munko knives. So little Munko knives on there. You can kind of see that there. Very nice. You can see in the corner here, Mini Mystic, Nitro V. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Nitro V, not 154 cm. They do have a few other versions of the Mystic. That there is a 154 cm version. This one's Nitro V. Those are pretty comparable steels, I believe. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but they're relatively comparable steels. And I'm not a steel nerd, so I don't know a ton about that. But if I remember correctly, when you go to knife steel nerds, I feel like 154 cm and Nitro V were kind of like right in there. In any case, really good action. Just nice, pretty nice tension on the clutch lock. It's not super. I would say this. It's not super loose action. Like it does drop. It will drop shut. For sure. I don't know. It's tuned in nicely. It's not too loose and it's not too tight. To me, it's just what you'd want. Now, hold this in. I have, I'd say, medium to small hands. I can easily get a full 4-finger grip on it. If you have larger hands, if you really pull that choke in there, you could still probably, because I mean, there's still, if I'm choking up here, you could probably, even pretty big hands, you could get a full 4-finger grip on there. The jimping is just right for me. Not too aggressive, not too smooth. Very good jimping. I like the way that feels. You got your thumb stubs, which just look like general, maybe steel, maybe aluminum. Nothing, probably aluminum. Nothing to write home about. But just good solid thumb studs. They feel good. They definitely deploy the knife right. It feels like where it's sitting in my hand for the grip feels just perfect for that. So they really nailed that. Let's see if I can reverse flip it. I'm not the best reverse flipper. Let's see. I caught it on my back one. Just not that good of a reverse flipper. There we go. So you can reverse flip, you can close it. So ambidextrous with that clutch lock. Very nice. Again, I really like the classic look. The pocket clip is very nice. I almost wish that they would have a brass pocket clip on there. I actually think that would be really slick. Keep all the. Honestly, I kind of wish they brassed all the hardware. That actually would be very interesting. If they would have brassed the pivot screw and all the other screws and the thumb studs, they would have pivot screw. If they would have brassed all those, that'd be a very interesting look. I suppose I could go real hard and customize to that if I really wanted to. I don't think I will, but very excited for this knife. I didn't even go into the full specs of everything, actually. Let's talk about that here. Let's give it this here. So this thing is the Mini Mystic by Paul Munko. It is a clip point blade. I'd call it a harpoon blade, but it is certainly a bit of a clip point, maybe a modified clip point. It is a 3.2-inch blade and about 0.12 inches thick, Nitro V steel, handle length 4.38 inches, and it's a reversible clip, 2.82 ounces, and it's a hardness 60 to 61. So this at a 3.2 for me, that's about as big a blade as I like to carry. Just every day. For me, I'm a small blade guy. Like I love, as you know on this channel, I've talked it up many times. I'm a huge fan of the Civivi Yonder, which is going to make obviously its appearance as it usually does. The Civivi Yonder, I love the size of it and its blade. This thing's a little bigger, but when you get it, it's not huge, but you got about a full inch. Is the Civivi Yonder is a smaller handle as well. So the Civivi Yonder for me is about the ideal size. It's under a 3-inch blade, and you got a small handle. I think the Civivi Yonder is like, I don't know, 7 inches maybe total. Where it's not even. It's probably 6.7, 6.8. I don't know. I don't have it in front of me. This thing's a 7-inch total. I like just to, you take a 1/2 inch off this thing and it would be perfect. But This is just at the edge. This would be like my big carry knife. So I do like the size of it a lot. This is really cool for everyday carry. The blade, I mean, you could even you can't quite pinch. It's a little long for a pinch cut, but you can certainly use that harpoon for some very specific cuts. You can certainly get it up there. There's no jimping. I almost would like a jimp right there. That might be nice if you're trying to do that, but it still is a ramp, and it's still going to hold you there. So as long as you're not bearing down on it, you're not going to slide forward. But really, you know, that jimping, it really sits, I'll say this, just the ergonomics of the handle. I do like the slightly ergonomic handle, the way that it's bent in that shape. That really helps the, that's the one thing at the Yonder, although I do like the handle, it feels comfortable. I do like the ergonomics of this handle a lot. It feels like it wouldn't get a lot of wrist tightness that sometimes for me I get, when you're using that straight handle. I feel like your wrist locks out. This makes it a more natural, your wrist kind of bends forward sort of like this, and then it's just ready to go. Again, very nice action right out of the box, as you saw. I mean, yes, it wasn't brand new. I didn't open it today, and it's from eBay, so I don't know, that guy could have carried it a lot. However, I mean, the thing's in almost mint condition. I see a tiny, that might even be the way it is though. I almost see a little bit of wear. That would be like pocket wear around the brass, like kind of that. But honestly, that may just be the design. If I look at pictures of it online, that may just be, it may have an aged, look just for it. But maybe not. Could just be pocket wear. Not sure. I don't have a brand new one in front of me to tell you. So let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know. Is this kind of just that little bit of wear that you see there? Is that the normal look on that brass? I know it's not actually brass, it's aluminum, but is that the normal look on that, or is this thing a little worn? Obviously, this thing's pretty new, so they weren't using it long, so I'm kind of thinking that's just the way it looks. But please let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think about your favorite size of knives too. Again, for a folder, EDC folder, I really love something probably about in that 6.5 inch to 7-inch max range, and this is like right on the border there. It's just what I like in my pocket. And it's like easy enough to pull out and do things. I mean, I have bigger knives, and I like bigger knives for certain things. If I'm specifically going to be outside and doing things, then sure, carry a little bit of a larger knife. But for my everyday carry, what I'm going to do, work in the chicken farm, if you haven't seen that yet, that's actually coming up next week. I believe we're going to do a reveal, so tune in next week. This one's going to come out, let's see, got one coming out tomorrow because this is a Sunday. We got Mondays are our video days. So for all of you new to the channel, Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard are our typical video times. I started this in like November, and I don't think I've missed a week. So I've been on time for like the first, 10, 12 episodes, however many we have. And I'm going to continue to do that. So you can count on a video every week at 7 on Mondays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard on Mondays. And tomorrow, which is not going to be this, but tomorrow I have another knife. It's not going to be the one. I believe the following week will be the time when, and this doesn't make sense. I'm talking in like a time loop because I shot the other video for tomorrow, but today is today, and I just broke my brain. So anyways, we are going to have a video coming up in the next few weeks where my face will be revealed for all to see, to the horrors and, well, just the horrors. And you might see some other cool little guests on there, but we'll give you a little bit more of an inside look. And there's a reason. It wasn't just to show my face. That we're going to review an item, go over it, do a quick little review of an item that I think you may have heard of and might be interested in. Hint is, it's not a knife. So this video should actually come out tomorrow, which will be like January 27th. I believe I'm going to have this one slated for tomorrow, and then the other one will be for next week or the week after. We'll see. But in any case, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like the content. God bless you all, and we'll see you next time on The Slice of Knife.